Welcome to Clarity Currents. I'm Danielle Laura, trusted seer and spiritual advisor. Each week, I share grounded energetic transmissions and insights into the week ahead so you know how to work with the energy rather than in resistance to it and are equipped to create aligned momentum across your business, relationships, health, wealth, spirituality, and legacy. This is Clarity Currents episode for the week of June 15th through the 21st, 2026. Let's dive in. When I tune into the overall energetics of the week, I see this vision of the wave building far out at sea. And it kind of looks like it's quiet on the surface, but you see it gathering all of this power underneath, and you can feel that it's unstoppable long before it ever reaches the shore. You can feel the power. That's the energy of this week. There's so much momentum building beneath the scenes for you right now, even if your eyes can't fully see the evidence of it yet. This is a week to trust the process that's unfolding rather than to force it. I also see this week asking you a question over and over again in different ways, which is, does this align with my joy and where I'm truly headed? Or does it not? And what gets to change because of that? Some of the things being highlighted are old themes, patterns that have been circling back since the fall, coming up one more final time so that you can see them clearly and release them for good. The invitation here is to keep bringing your focus back to yourself, to what you're building and what changes you're actually making. Don't get bogged down by any sort of conflicts or friction. The pieces will line up when they're meant to. You don't have to figure it all out. You just get to flow with it. Business for the week of June 15th. When I tune into the energetics of business this week, I see a vision of a builder reinforcing the foundation of a home before adding the next floor. So they're checking the beams, they're leveling the ground, making sure everything underneath is solid. This is not a week to sprint, it is a week to strengthen. The energy is asking you to organize, refine, and put practical pieces into place so that when the timing opens for your next expansion, you are completely ready to move. I also feel a strong theme around expression this week. Something within your business has been longing for a voice, a truth, an offer, a message, a part of your essence that you've been keeping a little bit quiet. Ask yourself, what have I realized over these past few weeks that now needs to be expressed in order to support everything else that's shifting? Path of least resistance this week is to tend the foundation, the voice of truth, and trust that the expansion is already on its way to you. Relationships for the week of June 15th. When I tune into the energetics of relationships this week, I see two people sitting across from each other with their hands open on the table, speaking honestly. And as that truth is spoken, this wilting plant between them begins to perk up, and the leaves start turning towards the light. So this is the week for brave, tender, necessary conversations, and not from any sort of place of conflict or defensiveness, but from this place of sovereignty where you can just be vulnerable about your needs while staying rooted and independent in who you are. That kind of honesty is what creates real harmony. I also see you being invited to nurture the connections that actually nurture you back. Picture yourself as the gardener of your relationships, just lovingly watering the ones that bloom in your presence and gently releasing the ones whose season has completed. There's no judgment in it, just discernment and a coming home to the people who add fuel to your life. Health for the week of June 15th. When I tune into the energetics of health this week, I see a vision of hands wringing out this cloth that's been holding far too much water. And then the relief, the lightness that comes the moment it's finally released. This is an emotionally tender week, and your body knows it. Emotions may run high. You might find that you simply just need a good cry. So let it come. The tears are not any sort of setback. They're the release valve. And they're the body doing the sacred work of clearing what's complete. So take it easy on yourself, especially midweek. Draw a warm bath, lie down, let yourself rest without guilt. Choose the slow, gentle, restorative things over anything that demands extra output. This is a week to release the busy mind and come home to your body, treating stillness as a medicine. As you let heaviness drain out, you'll feel lighter, clearer, and far more yourself. Wealth for the week of June 15th. When I tune into the energetics of wealth this week, I see a vision of someone reaching into their pocket and pulling out this gem that they've been carrying all along and not realizing until this moment how precious and valuable it truly was. That gem is your own sense of worth. This week is a recalibration of your relationship with value on the inside first. The energy is highlighting where your money, your self-worth, and your sense of what you deserve may have fallen out of alignment with the expansion that you've been stepping into. So ask yourself, where have I been pricing myself or my time or my magic beneath its value? Where is my worth not yet reflected in my finances? And as you recognize your own value more fully, your money tends to rise to meet that recognition. Wealth is an embodiment this week, not just a number. It flows towards those who know what they carry. Spirituality for the week of June 15th. When I tune into the energetics of spirituality this week, I see a vision of someone sitting down this heavy, overworked map. And instead, they hold up this small inner compass that glows and softly points to the way all on its own. This is a week where the veil feels especially thin and your intuition is far more reliable than your analytical mind. Pay attention to your dreams because they're definitely going to carry messages, symbols, and downloads for you. You might even want to keep a journal by your bed if you can. The spiritual invitation is to release the need to figure everything out with logic and lean fully into trust instead. And when the mind starts spinning and spinning and spinning, place your hand over your heart and ask, what does my knowing say? Then follow that. And a prayer you can even say this week is something like, God, I release the need to control the how. I trust the unfolding. I trust the timing, and I trust the guidance moving through me. Show me what's mine to act on and give me the courage to follow it. Amen. And so it is. And legacy for the week of June 15th. When I tune into the energetics of legacy this week, I see a vision of an architect standing before their blueprints, then kneeling down to set one true cornerstone into place, knowing that the entire vision will rise in time from this single aligned act. Your legacy this week is built through sovereign foundation laying. Each practical piece that you put into place is a cornerstone for the bigger vision you carry. These pieces are going to line up when they're meant to, so let yourself build with patience and certainty rather than urgency. And remember that the expression piece is powerful because it lives here in your legacy too. What truth, what voice, what message needs to come out of you now in order to support everything you're building? Speak it, share it, give it form. The thing your spirit keeps nudging you towards isn't random. Some part of that is action or who you become by taking it. And it's woven directly into the legacy that you're here to leave. There you have it, Hot Soul, your intuitive forecast for the week. Wishing you a week of sovereign clarity and unstoppable momentum. That's what's moving collectively this week. If you want to know exactly how it's landing in your chart, in your design, in the specific day you're walking into, with the moves to actually make, that's exactly what I built Evolve AI for. Come and join us over at fullyevolve.ai. I'll see you there.